Hey guys, Doug K. I'm coming to you today from my backyard dojo here, and I just wanted to spend a couple minutes talking about sort of the unsung hero of your backpacking kit, and that is your sleeping pad. A lot of us go to the sporting goods store to start to outfit ourselves for our trips, and they offer some great things, don't get me wrong, but for backpacking, if you take that route, you're going to buy everything again. Everything that you bought might be functional, might be good. You're going to buy everything again, literally. So, first thing that I went out and bought when I started backpacking regularly, I got a Thermarest self-inflating pad. And there's nothing wrong with these, and I know a lot of people still use them. They make some different versions of this one. But I went out and bought this. I liked the fact that it was self-inflating. It seemed like it offered a decent amount of cushion. Seemed like it had some R value just to keep anything cold from really working its way up into your, up onto your back, right? When you're sleeping, that's the last thing that you need. So I got this, and it worked. It was fine. It doesn't pack up very small. When I was using this, just to accommodate the other things that needed to be in my backpacking kit, I would strap the tent underneath my backpack just because of the room that this took up. I'm a side sleeper, guys. I can't close my eyes at night, you know, rest in this position, then open my eyes 8 hours later. I'm moving around when I sleep. And if you have hips, that's a problem for these. But nothing wrong in a pinch. First thing I bought, and I bet it's the first thing a lot of you guys bought too. Although this next one here is more expensive and more ultralight than the one that I like the most. I'm going to share this with you next. Next legitimate serious purchase was the Big Agnes Axle Air Insulated. So this thing is off the chart good. It is super, super light. It's actually half the weight of the one that I use regularly now. But this is fantastic. 20 inches wide by 72 long. That's where this kind of became a little bit of a problem. Melissa uses this one exclusively. It's much lighter. She's much smaller than I am, and it fits perfectly for her. But this would work for any adult. I move around a lot, and I like a wider pad, which leads me to the next one that I'm going to. But a couple other things about these. If you buy these now, any of the Big Agnes, they're higher end ones anyway, they come with an inflatable bag. It's like a little pouch that essentially has this opening on it. Put a little bit of air into it, or you just open it up, close it, roll it up. They give you these for free now when you buy these. When I purchased these, they didn't come with them. But if you've not tried this, for what these things weigh, Melissa uses this thing as her clothes storage. You know, it makes a great stuff sack, uses a food bag. I've even heard of people using these things as camp showers, like leaving them out, filling them with water, and at the end of the day, just undoing that. You've actually got a little shower that could work, but can't beat it, and it really cuts down on the amount of time you need to inflate. These are treated with an antimicrobial on the inside of them. So the idea being that hot breath, moist air, getting inside these when you're blowing it up with your mouth, that could create some mold, maybe some deterioration, some staining, I don't know. But these are both treated so that shouldn't be an issue. If you're using something like this, or the little inflatable sack that they give you now, it's not going to be a problem anyway. But Axle Air, zero complaints. For me, again, a little thinner, sleep on my side, and I liked a wider pad. But this, as far as the weight goes, this is probably the best thing out there. Moving right along to the one that I will be using for now and for the foreseeable future is the Big Agnes AirCore Ultra Insulated, okay? You can probably already tell. This is 25 inches wide, 72 long, and really, really comfortable. They make these so that the two outer inflatable sections are about a half of an inch higher than the interior, and this kind of keeps you cradled in there. Any of you that have ever put a sleeping bag, you know, anything that's got that polyester or nylon material on top of something that's got a similar factor, if you're on any sort of an angle, you know that when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be down that end. This is nice because it kind of cradles you in there, keeps you from sliding so much. Does keep you up off the ground a little bit higher. The material's a little bit thicker. I think this can take a little bit more abuse than the Axle. I would treat that much more gingerly than I do this. And a couple of other things that are really nice about it. Inflating it, it's perfect. You can pump it up. You don't have to worry about air escaping. When it's done, you close it. Then over on this side, when you're ready to pack up the next morning, that is almost like instant deflation right there. And I'm just going to kind of let that lay there. Generally, I'll just let them hang out for a minute or two. They're almost empty. One of the other reasons the axle is lighter, you know, ultralight is ultralight. These guys are going to shave off everything they can, right? So you only have the inflatable. You don't have that extra valve that basically lets the air all out quickly. What you do on this one is pop that open, and then inside there's a little bladder. You take this, you just stick it down inside there, and again, just let it go, and that'll deflate. I'm a backpacker. I love doing this, and I enjoyed all of the videos and things like that I watched when I was really getting started. And one of the things that resounded with me was people that I knew were actually out there doing it, talking about gear that they actually used. All of this stuff I've used, continue to use. Actually, this one I still use. Melissa uses this all the time. But that AirCore Ultra insulated, I don't see me changing that for quite a long time. Hey, I hope you found this helpful. I know it's not the most exciting topic in the world, but boy, if you're not getting a good night's sleep out on the trail, it's just not going to be a good experience. We've all done that, and particularly for you brand newbies, you know that a rabbit running around while you're trying to sleep sounds like a Sasquatch in the forest. So you're not getting any sleep anyway. You might as well take every advantage and get something that's going to at least be conducive to you. Maybe popping the earplugs in, putting a audio book on, and just trying to get a regular night's sleep. And as you get out there more and more, you're going to realize that there's probably not a Sasquatch approaching your camp. Doesn't mean it's not possible. But I hope this helped, and I'll see you guys out on the trail.